but he's not as disruptive, I feel like.
I
as
guess
Tusk.
you pick the Tusk, you're giving away like a Shaker Lina probably.
Yeah, that's actually a big problem. Maybe you don't go for either of them. Go for something like the Wyvern first. The WW. Oh wait, there's Lesh. What am I talking about?
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, duh.
Pick the blue horsey, dude. Take it.
Because if you don't take Lesh here, I mean, what else are you taking?
It's
Tusk, Lina.
Some teams might deem it reasonable to take Lina over Leshrac.
Yeah.
It's not great.
So
but
now, I mean, now like it's like gotta be Lesh ES, right?
If you
Lesh Tusk.
If you have a player that can play Lesh, which no one knows because no one really
lets play this hero anymore. That's the thing is Lina. I feel like that's where maybe Lina's just the better pick on averages. People are actually getting to play Lina all the time in matches.
But I think that's the only reasonable trade-off. Maybe Bounty Hunter too, but even I would say Lina's better than Bounty Hunter because Lina actually provides a decent matchup in the mid lane versus a Leshrac.
She also, to some extent, I feel like counters Lesh later on just because she has so much burst damage.
Yeah, but he farms a lot faster.
So they got the
Dire
standard.
team pick.
Yes. Yes. Leshius.
Oh, man, getting the Leshrac Vega must be so happy.
Time to find out if they know what they're doing with it, though. That's going to be the question mark. So, do NiP want their Tusk here? Do they... What else would they consider? You mentioned the Wyvern.
Anti-mage first phase is not that bad for Slash. But
10 seconds
give me
remaining.
away Lash. Oh, what a nightmare. Hinskin's like, what have I done?
5 seconds remaining.
What are you, in the words of the famous philosopher Clairvoyance, what are you doing with your lives?
What are you doing? Rubik's decent though. His Stealing Fissure is always pretty nice. Stealing Lightning Storm is also really good, and Null Field is also exceptionally good. But I feel like you can grab him in the later phases if you really want to. Whereas someone like AM, I don't think you're going to be able to grab in the second phase. PL, I don't like versus Leshrac just because all your illusions just die.
Yes, that's just too much AoE, I think.
What else is there? How else do you counter Blue Pony?
I mean, you mentioned Anti-Mage. That seems like the obvious ban here.
Yeah, but I think, he should be banned out.
10
Pugna
seconds
is
remaining.
okay, but that requires a lot of practice. I think with Pugna, someone's like, oh yeah, let's pick Pugna. That doesn't work out well.
Techie's Tusk.
Techie's Tusk works.
Ban.
But then I guess the Tusk could be a core.
Yeah, that's fine. I would like Techie's Tusk. So
that seems like one of those combos though that like vast majority of teams just won't even consider it, and then like some will like snap pick it right away if they can.
The Dazzle ban. Dazzle means they're looking to play aggressively. Or they're trying to dissuade the Dazzle PL combo, which also seems a little likely. But generally, you ban Dazzle when you go heavy single target burst, which is Lina plus Tusk, those sort of things.
10 seconds remaining.
Storm Spirit even. Although Storm
5
Spirit is not that great of a matchup versus Leshrac.
I guess Huskar can be very good against Leshrac.
Yeah, Huskar's decent. Hero likes that hero.
Yeah, I bring it up just because NiP do play Huskar.
NiP also need Clockwork. Again, I'm really surprised that they picked Rubik just because I think there are higher priority picks.
Yeah, Clock could still be good here.
Yeah, Clock is
that
good.
Seems like probably the best band for Vega.
Tusk is also decent. Maybe they don't want to pigeonhole themselves into a Clockwork when I think Tusk is a little bit more aggressive earlier. Okay, well.
So they ban the Clock, then they pick the Tusk. So they have Tusk ES now.
Yeah, NiP.
The 1-2 punch of sadness for the mid lane.
This is really tough for NiP. What do you do now? The draft is. You don't have any good off-lane options.
You can't get aggressive. You can't get aggressive. You have to worry about the rotations on mid.
Their damage output is just insane right now, and
10
their
seconds
defense
remaining.
capabilities. Like if you want to blow up Lash, Snowball. If you want to blow up Lash,
5 seconds remaining.
And then Glimmer Cape later. This is tough.
If you want to blow up Lina, Fissure. If you want to blow up Lina, Lightning. And then Snowball. And then Shards. Yeah.
And they don't have an anti-mage to fall back on as like a late game carry and just avoid fights and trying to outfarm them. So most of their options are very limited.
And I think NiP, you can see they're feeling it a little bit here with how long this third pick is taking.
They might need to approach it a different way and go for a very aggressive support duo like Rubik AA and
How about like an Undying, a Spirit Breaker in the mix? Do you see those being any good here?
I like Undying. I don't like Spirit Breaker just because Fissure, because of Snowball and all
Too
this
many
other
ways
stuff.
to cancel the chart.
He's just gonna die. Ooh, the Ogre.
Huh. So they're going for the Machine Gun Lina, it seems. You got the Bloodlust Lina.
Ogre's nice and tanky. He can kind of stand up in the front and absorb some hits and get some vision, which is important when you don't have a Tusk.
So random era heroes that he plays on occasion. He sometimes plays... We mentioned Huskar already. I know I've seen him bust out the Troll Warlord
10
once in a
seconds
while.
remaining.
Oh my goodness.
And
Dire
once in a while he
team
does
pick.
play Slark, but this does not seem like a Slark game.
Vega has like the dream lineup. They have better late game, they have better farmers, they have mass stuns, they have
Better
good
defensive capabilities,
Yeah.
they're tankier,
This is
they have longer initiation range, they've got more AoE.
maybe they go for like a Magnus strat, like a Magnus plus melee cleaver. I also don't think that's that bad, but
10
AM's already
seconds
out.
remaining.
What other options are there? PA is gonna get wrecked.
5
think you go
seconds
Huskar here.
remaining.
Huskar's not that
Legion
great versus
Commander.
PL or versus
Yeah.
Tusk. Okay, LC I like. LC's cool. It's nice versus PL.
Chainmail can be really good against Slash before he gets his BKB.
Yeah, it pressures the lane really hard. I thought that there weren't that many good offlaners in the pool, but Legion Commander is something that teams don't really like just because she hasn't seen that much
10
success, as well
seconds
as
remaining.
duels not always being able to go off and whatnot. But
5
she
seconds
is, I think,
remaining.
actually pretty good for Phantom Lancer, especially if you can have a nice support in lane that can do
Reserve
stuff like
time.
Ogre Magi. But generally, I would prefer Tusk. But Ogre Magi is kind of like a different version, tankier, but not as good defensive capabilities. But they have actually weak support in the Earthshaker because, like, if you want to Fissure block in an Ogre Magi and Legion Commander, you're not going to kill them. They're just going to turn on you and fight. So they can't really
Dire
zone out the
team
Ogre
ban.
plus Legion Commander, which is a bit problematic if they want to secure the Phantom Lancer's farm.
And just to be safe, they will ban out the Huskar anyway. So I think more of a this is a hero NiP likes to run ban than necessarily the best hero matchup.
10
NiP
seconds
have no
remaining.
AoE control. They have Lina, which is mediocre at best, I would say, for AoE control, but nothing like Darkseer or Winter Wyvern. Oh, is Winter Wyvern a good option here? They need a carry, so no. Unless they want to do like carry Ogre or carry Lina or something silly, but I don't think it's going to happen. Sven is
So
probably
we
a
saw
pretty
the
good
Storm
option.
from them before.
Yeah, Storm's okay. He kind of gets owned a lot by Tusk though.
Arrow once in a while will play a Bloodseeker.
10 seconds remaining.
Bloodseeker would be decent too. But they have
It's so dangerous when you run in
5
Blood Rage
seconds
next to the
remaining.
Lesh.
You go all in, man.
Yeah.
They have a very aggressive lineup. You can't
Reserve
just half
time.
commit to it. Oh, Winter Wyvern.
Dire
That
team
leaves,
This
pick.
draft from Vega.
that leaves
Watch
us
them
so
get
many
crushed.
carries.
Like we're like talking up this
Well,
Lesh Tusk.
If they lost, it's not because of the draft. That's for darn sure. So that kind of rolls out heroes like Sven, because if you,
Anyone who's just pure physical damage, you're saying.
yeah, Luna maybe. Oh, Luna's so risky though. She just gets wrecked. But how many other carries are there that can
10
actually do well
seconds
versus this sort of
remaining.
lineup? Sven I don't like because
5
if you Winter's
seconds
Curse
remaining.
the Sven, or sorry, anyone around the Sven, they're just dead. So
Reserve
that's
time.
a big problem. Luna at least has like a good mix of damage, as well as not having like super great single target damage, so he doesn't get owned by Curse as badly. But her problem is actually surviving versus Earthshaker and Lesh and Tusk. She has to farm like Yasha.
If they
plus
want to be
BKB.
cheesy, is there any way to run like a safe lane Legion and maybe a Broodmother here?
Broodmother versus, they could just put the Lesh, I think, safe lane.
Okay.
10 seconds
PL med.
remaining.
Maybe like PL plus. Oh, I forgot about Ember. Ember, the Phantom Lancer, quote unquote counter. Ember is actually really good here. I don't know how I forgot about him, but he's pretty good versus Phantom Lancer. And he's pretty good at dodging all the stuns, but he is pretty high risk, I would say, versus matchup because their late game carrying potential is not terribly great, but he's good versus Winter Wyvern too because he has a lot of spread damage, which Winter Wyvern isn't that good at mitigating.
Let's see how the Ember Spirit works out here. Someone that
I definitely like the way that they went for a fighter though. If they went for like a Spectre or something like that, it would just be like, okay, you guys are gonna lose the lanes and lose the late game and lose just everything. With Ember Spirit, they can actually fight a lot because when you have an LC, you always want to fight early, and sometimes teams pick like LC as like a generic offlaner that can scale into late. But if you don't fight early, she doesn't scale into late. So you have to have a
win your duels. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to win your. You have to be able to use duel.
Yeah. It's probably the more apt way to describe it. So we'll have a pause here, Ben.
Vega didn't pick any of their heroes. NiP is like, what? Why didn't you guys pick your heroes?
Oh, wow. The time just ran out. Looks like they're slowly reconnecting, rejoining the game. So we'll go ahead, mosey on through the rosters and begin introducing everybody. So on the Dire side, we've got Era handling the Ember Spirit. It will be Hanskin on the Ogre gets the boots first, looking to do some early roaming, it seems. Limp will be your Lina mid. Seal Kid, the support Rubik, and some fun will be the Legion Commander off lane. As for Vega, we've got Sioma the Slayer on the Earthshaker, Solo the Wyvern, Pasha handling the PL. It will... What are their last two heroes here? Tusk and...
Lesh.
So I guess it's going to be Mag on the Tusk and no one on the Lesh.
How does LC get a full duel off without getting owned? You have Cold Embrace to
Fissure,
hard
Snowball.
counter it. Leshrac just destroying you while you stand still, right-clicking people.
This is definitely a blade mail game.
This is definitely a blade mail game, but I think Era has to cause a lot of havoc in fights because there's no way LC can do the job alone. He has to have Lina, like Yule's combo people to isolate, and they have to have like Ember, like maybe make Tusk use Snowball defensively. There's just so many things that have to go well for NiP that I'm a little scared. But they do have some pretty good synergy with a lot of single target bursts with Lina and Ogre to maybe just eliminate people completely during like 1 second of duel. They have Bloodlust, which is really good to help your carry skill late, although not the greatest on Ember Spirit. Not really that much synergy there.
And they do have the luxury of... Sorry, I totally lost my train of thought. They have the luxury of a Legion Commander off lane, so it's not going to be, on the level of what we saw with the Keeper of the Light lane, where and Tusk, where they can just totally dominate you early on.
Yep.
So...
Carry Ogre, the third core.
The Seal Clubber. Oh, he actually sold his boots. He's gonna go boots first, but I guess Hanskin decides it's a little bit too greedy.
Oh, Lesh.
He's gonna get nerfed so hard. We're like not gonna see Lesh for... Because like between whatever he gets directly as well as the likely Bloodstone and maybe jungle nerfs, I feel like Lesh will be lost to the sands of time.
No complaining here.
Yeah, I think I enjoyed the Troll Sniper more.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Be careful what you wish for.
So, which arrow would you say was the most infuriating for you?
I think Troll Sniper is way
like
worse.
Troll Sniper, there was Tinker Meepo, there was this Lesh Storm,
Troll Sniper, I would
Peckies.
say. Troll Sniper's way worse.
What other crazy arrows were there?
OP Ember Spirit before Sleight of Fist nerf.
Oh yeah.
That was ridiculous.
That was
oh my goodness,
mega broken.
Ogre, Ogre pre-nerf.
Oh, the forehead era.
Oh, Nightposh might get scouted out before he can do anything. Better skill up quickly, or you might get stunned. Okay, there you go.
The battle
begins.
begins.
Oh, just running away here.
Got it.
That was
Money to burn.
That was scary.
Yeah, almost ends up going down. Meanwhile, someone who actually may end up going down is Era. Taps on the Ember, gets off the 2 hero chains, but they're going to pursue this. 10 seconds. Clarity already coming. Fissure ready. They cancel this out. Oh, this is bad. Fissure, it's on the wrong side. Maybe enough to save him the shards. Just a second here. Mag, is he going to go for the shot? No.
Doesn't do enough damage, but it is his salve down. He might need a support to come up, and that will allow Phantomizer to farm. So they really don't want to do that.
Don't
but
burn
they don't have a great option. Simo looking for a stun, perhaps on the mid lane.
Yeah, trying to get in nice and close there. Maybe was thinking about a little courier poke, but too late for that. And we'll see. We will see the left Lina mid. Looks like NiP are going to be the team that commit to a little bit more of a tri-lane here.
Kill solo!
Trying to club early the Wyvern down. He's gone for the Arctic Burn level 1. But they can't quite finish the job. So, in the end, the top lane is going to be a Tusk versus Ember 1v1 matchup, actually.
Pretty good for both heroes, I would say. It's pretty even. I've seen actually some Tusk win this lane. So maybe it's a Tusk favored matchup.
How is it for him to remove Flame Guard?
I think really hard. He doesn't have enough damage.
Yeah, and the nukes are fairly long cooldown.
I think you can whittle him away though, because he won't have that much regen early. So you just
especially now that he's wasted his salve as well.
Yeah, because it's not like he can reactively flame guard to like a melee ice charge or a melee snowball. So I still think it's Ember favored though.
Okay. Well, Vega, they decide this time around they want to make sure Pasha gets his me time. Fisher block. Oh, meanwhile, mid lane, they're finding the solo kill on the no one Leshrac. Maybe the C-Deck curse is back. As the Legion Commander, overwhelming odds, comes out. Hanskin engaging 4, wants to find Pasha, eats the tree, then turns and looks to run away. This tri-lane is getting run over a bit early on. The Rubik was off doing things in the river. But yeah, they got a solo come in. They're not done yet. Coming back into the fray is the Legion Commander re-engaging. Overwhelming odds out onto 3 heroes. Trying to continue to engage. Hanskin salving up that illusion, poking him down, almost finishing the job. They will lose the Phantom Lance, so they trade the Ogre again. And Yonasamfan continues to pursue, has the Orb of Venom, going to back off from the precipice. Instead turns for solo, wants to get the Wyvern here as well. As he flaps towards freedom, but they have another nuke available. He's going in with a poke, an auto attack or 2. He will heal himself up. Uses the Cold Embrace. Hanskin re-engages, plugs him, surrounds him, finishes the job. Yonasamfan again, bringing him down. A 3-2 score here. So yeah, I guess the biggest thing of all was this mid solo kill. Limp is almost a full level up on no one.
That's really bad. I think he was like close to his tower and he hit him with like a really long range Dragon Slave. I was watching some of it, but that is a lane that Lina can win, but usually does not.
So with that, getting out farm though. She's still down 6 CS and 1 deny here.
Still got to kill versus Blue Horseman. That's a win.
And has the DD rune bottle. This is something that no one needs.
What's really important is they haven't forced the supports to move. That's what Vega would ideally want to do. So you don't see Ninepoj in the same situation again, but they're not. Like Ember's doing fine up top. Lina got a solo kill on mid, and then support's like, okay, I can stay down here, and we aren't losing in other lanes. And it's up to Vega to force that to happen. And looks like they're going to try and start by killing Limp. But he is in a really good position. It's still daytime. Maybe once nighttime hits, they can make a move.
He has boots. Lesh does not. He's very tough to get a kill here, and holds the high ground advantage as well. Well,
Hanskin coming around from behind.
Watch out, he's got the club and he wants to use it. Fissure comes through, but it doesn't catch Limp on the other side. Goes in, commits with the stun. The follow-up there from the Ogre, kept alive. Beats the slave, will do so, but gets beaten down by the Totem of Sayoma. Now Hanskin next to 2-for-1 exchange mid, but it forces all 4 heroes to that lane, leaving a 2v1 situation bottom.
I think it's good to keep the left back under farm, because if he's under farm, he can't ever run in for Edicts and
Pulse Nova,
which is pretty scary because that limits a lot of the utility of the hero. And it obviously will slow down his Bloodstone, but that is going to come a little bit naturally. And it'll make him like good targets for duels, good targets for Laguna, as long as he doesn't have his like Treads Bloodstone. I don't know if he's going to go Treads this game, but he might because he's not having a great one this far.
They're trying to make their move on Limp mid. The Lightning won't bounce as much as needed. So unsuccessful. And you know, the other thing, Ben, is if he falls behind too much, that's where maybe Era can start to punish the Leshrac a bit. So for now, with the early salve cancel, not having the easiest time top lane, up for the bottle. Let's hit level 6 though.
Bottle on Ember, I think, is mandatory. Any lane you go in, you just have to get it.
You know, some fun. Getting pursued out. They slow him down. Fissure's there as the stick charges. Pops them at the final hour. Maybe think of a scramble through the trees. Now an overwhelming odds gives him that extra bit of mobility to get out of there. So we'll end up retreating successfully.
Very well played. Now Phantom Lancer has to TP back home. And still, the supports are doing okay. They're not losing any of the lanes, and they're forcing Vega to generally play pretty reaction-based.
And I have to be careful
Radiant's
now. The Ember as well as the Tusk are level 6, both teams, but no TP here on Mag. Important to note.
Oh, Lesh gets a regen rune. Let's see if he gets a double. Oh, Rubik.
Invisibility.
Invis regen. Cliff him? Nope. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Help! Somebody help!
Oh, he missed.
He gets fogged.
Radiant's middle tower
Ooh,
is under
that was
attack.
close.
Yeah, fortunately for the little Rubik, it is nighttime.
So he gets a double rune.
Yeah, I think you're pretty salty right now if you're limp.
One is lane.
What the hell, Ice Frog? No one just initiating, pops the Pulse Nova, and yeah, so much for your 739 HP hands.
You
See you
merge
later.
with the impurities.
Just deleted from the game by a barrage of nukes. Miwa bottom. Looks like they wanted to pursue Tosh out a bit, but just doppelganger's back. Still though, this is another game, Ben, where PL is not really farming. Has the death. Only 17 CS here at the 7-minute mark.
Pressure lanes are strong.
It seems to be like the current trend, at least in the European games we've had.
Uh-oh, Tusk is coming bottom. This is going to be
Oh, from downtown arrives, follows up the fissure, and now continues to go to work. Shield Kid turns some top of Faithful, and that will mean a punch to the jaw, and that jaw was glass. It breaks easily. And now another pause.
Vega's vision is too good right now. They have eyes on the aggressive lane on bottom as well as the mid. And now the pressure lane is pretty much over because they can't regain control. It's too late in the lane. Legion's not level 6. He's not even level 5. They have their defensive ward set up as well as just repelling this kill. So that's really bad for NiP. Now they have to go to recovery mode or move Era over. I think it would have been a little bit better for Era to get involved a little bit earlier on bottom lane, but with that salve, as you mentioned, it slowed down his early game a lot. Ideally, you have it right there.
Oh, Lim! Where do I go? What do I do? You commit your Laguna, that's what is the play, but apparently not enough to quite get that left track kill. Jumps away. Mag will be the trade-off. So they trade an off-lane Tusk for a mid-Lina. And both teams are rotating 4 heroes in, but
Radiant's
still
top
Era
tower is
not
under
leaving
attack.
this top lane.
So I guess Lena's going for treads with this robe. More HP is pretty mandatory versus Lush. You can't just dodge the damage. Like the lightning is ridiculous.
Oh, Jonas and Fom, you're not respecting
Radiant's
the last. He
top tower
does
is under
actually
attack.
misses the stun there, it looks like. So, barely surviving. No one dropping very low here. Pops the stick, but still ends up going down just to the burn over time for the ignite of the Ogre. Nice counterplay. Now Vega moving more and more heroes in towards the mid lane. You know, some fun. Says, get me the hell away.
Radiant's top
Presses
tower
the
is
attack.
under attack.
But really, it's press the retreat. Too bad there's no escape.
Ooh, that was
From
nice.
the Fissure Shard duo. But all the while, Era just takes a free tower top lane. So he is committed to getting these early items up.
It's that time. Your team needs you.
Radiant's
This is the
top
point
tower
where like
is under
Les can
attack.
just completely fall off if he dies like 2 more times, I would say, and that's Ember's job to kind of keep him under farm. Like Les's items are really just non-existent, and
He's very poor.
He's has the most CS on the side of Vega, so you had a PL who was pressured a lot, a Leshrac who was pressured a lot, and if they can keep it up right now, they can, you know, kind of contain these 2 beasts. But if they make a couple of missteps in the next like 2 or 3 minutes, all their hard work has gone to waste.
Gotta respect how quickly they can find kills. We've seen the Fissure into Snowball, Snowball into Fissure, and then Lesh just throws out a couple of Chain Lightnings into stun, and down the heroes go. He's now level 8, so closing in on the max split Earth.
Why is Phantom Lancer not leveling up his ultimate? Okay, he just got it. He was holding his skill point for some reason. I don't exactly know why.
Yeah, he's also very poor.
Yep.
Top 3 cores all on the side of NiP as they currently lead this game about 1,000 gold, 500 experience. Limp closing in on that Yule Scepter, but did stop off for the treads you mentioned. We'll see Era not spending his gold up to 1,200. Is he considering something like a Boots of Travel, do you think, then? Or
Actually seems pretty likely at this point. But this is the time where he needs to pressure. Like, his team is fighting right now, but he's not there, and they might get wrecked.
and to be Mag who snags it. Raining down the last track, though. It's Lina. It really has been the solution as Sayoma hits level
Dire's
6. Will
bottom tower
drop
is under
the
attack.
ultimate, now gets dual burst trouble. Will be a quick winner. You know, some fun. Happy to collect his additional bonus gold. Oh, they do lose their ogre in the end. One last nuke finishes him off. And NiP, they do bring Era into a fight finally. As Mag pokes away on the sidelines, but not even close to killing Jonas some fun. A 2 for 2. But importantly, Lesh dies again.
Era's supposed to be a lot more devastating in these fights. I think if
He's just late to the fight.
Yeah, if Matumba Man were playing this, I think he'd be like 3-0 right now, or like 2-0-1. But he's just a little bit too late to the fights. I think he is going for the BOTs, but I think just fighting a lot with Treads or FaZe would have been a lot better for this particular game. They got a 2 for 2 and they killed Leshrac, but I think they could be getting a lot more.
Well, let's see how much more active he gets once the BOTs are online, as he is very close to completing them.
He does need HP though, and that's the reason why Lina went HP, just because they have a lot of burst. That if you get caught in like a winner's curse or something, or a snowball, I guess it's much more likely for Lina. But oh, here we go, smoke onto the mid, and
he's swinging about.
Leshrac is gonna die again.
Yes, kill the pony, kill him, stun him, smack him. That's the call from NiP as they move on to no one to get the duel off Laguna there. Again, a freebie. Give him 10 more damage on this Legion Commander. Some fun off to a pretty good start. Looks like they may lose Heal Kit. He gets healed up a bit, but punched through the map. Now Fissure trapping out Jonas some fun. Goes for the quick TP. No Winter's Curse. There is a shard and decides to just back off, try to run away. Trapped on the high ground nowhere. A Lance of Pasha will greet him, and
oh, he regrets TPing right there. He's like
TP's in, but yeah, does not get involved, Ben.
He wanted to TP, I think, a little bit outside of the fissure, so he wouldn't get hit by the enchant. But I mean, where's Era? He has BOTs now.
Yeah, he BOT'd on mid, but it was like all the way back here, and it was just too late.
Yeah, he's always too late.
Well, time for Era to start getting active. Does have the invis room bottled up. Dire team did not see this, and they engage immediately onto no one. Snowballing and dragging the Leshrac in very deep behind enemy lines. But he's managed to heal up a little bit, popping the magic stick, and now going to work with the pulse nova. He might get the double kill. No, he barely misses Fissure. Not enough.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Era goes down, but just slightly off the mark.
Oh, that was so close. Mag's ice shard trying to finish off Henskin. Yay, Era got involved. He got a kill. It's good.
Dire's
and Leshrac dies again. He's on the cliff, man.
That is not yours.
Falling to the abyss of uselessness.
Oh, that's the counterpart to the abyss of suffering that TC likes to put his opponents in. Did you see that video?
They haven't been able to protect him. They used Snowball right there, but it kind of just dragged them into more danger. There haven't really been counter fissures. They've been too late with the Cold Embrace. They
have so many defensive abilities. Yeah. Snowball, Fissure, Cold Embrace, even the Doppelganger.
Winter's Curse.
You'd really think they'd be able to counter gank more effectively.
They just haven't been in the right place at the right time because of like the smoke approach from mid, like all these things that NRP are doing to ensure that Vega can't actually respond in time, and just throwing Lagunas at him while duel, which you want to do to get that damage ASAP. So I think they're actually playing well around these defensive cooldowns.
Limp has now completed his Yule Scepter for those just joining us. With scores 1-0, NiP in the lead, but Eric gets caught out top lane and not going anywhere. Winter's Curse into a quick, secure kill. Now the counterplay will come bottom as NiP also move in. I don't think the Yule's has been
Hello, Steema.
And the Slayer will officially be slaying. Zapped, double zapped actually. A little green, a little blue, a lot of dead. Now Pasha potentially next. Diving forward. Oh, does stun an illusion here, but the duel's on the correct unit. Pasha goes down, but doesn't get the duel damage, unfortunately.
Dire's top tower is
Vega's
under
just gonna
attack.
try to split push. They've got the level 1 Diabolic Edicts. This top tower will start to get chewed away on pretty rapidly.
They can easily counterplay this with a TP onto the creeps and then a TP onto the tower. I don't think Vega can continue
Dire's
pursuing this
top
tower for
tower
much longer.
is under attack.
NiP, they seem like they might want to actually pursue kills. Getting a ward down bottom.
Rubik still hasn't stolen the spell. He's been level 6 for a long time.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
ideal spell, is it just Fissure this game, or?
Fissure, Lightning Storm, Split Earth, Winter's Curse. That's about it. Spirit Lance is okay,
Yes.
but the other spells are way better.
I want to see some ding-ding.
Fissure, I think, is like the best.
It's just so ridiculous, so Rubik as well with the the cast animation.
Radiant's
And you can set
middle
up for
tower
yourself. You
is
don't
under
even need any
attack.
coordination.
Yeah, you Fissure block them. If you're slightly up the mark, you just drop them on the other side.
Dire's bottom tower is under
It'd be very
attack.
fun.
Radiant's
Speaking of
middle
Fissures,
tower
one
is
gets
under
thrown
attack.
top. Something Sayoma does want to be careful about is to guard that. Make sure to use your enchant totems as often as possible.
They almost have Glimmer Cape on Winter Wyvern, and he hasn't really been able to save that many people, but with Glimmer, it becomes so much easier.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They are trying to prioritize just getting wards up here for NiP. We've seen a bunch drop down bottom, now one on towards mid. And they are beginning to move. Meanwhile, top lane, Vega jumping forward again. It's Zera caught out. Dunks.
Dire's
Will
bottom
they
tower
finish him
is
off
under
in time here?
attack.
Sleight of fist jumps away. Very well played by him. Now the turn. Ding ding. Just a double ding there, but enough to bring Mag low.
Dire's bottom
You know,
tower
Stefan, give me
has
that damage.
fallen.
Give me that damage. Thank you very much. I'll take that.
Ember should have Searing Chains while he slid out. It was kind of a panic move because he was about to die. Sliding is the right move, but if you got the chains, I
Dire's
think they would
bottom
have gotten
tower
2 kills
is under attack.
instead of the 1. I mean, he was so close to dying right now. My goodness, if he didn't have that Aquila.
And
dead.
he is just going straight Battle Fury though. Does not want to stop off for anything like a drums or a manta. Just wants to try to keep
He's
up in the farm.
so close to dying in these fights, though. Like, ridiculously
Radiant's top
close.
tower is under
That
attack.
seems a bit risky for Arago in this build.
Does he need a Battle Fury? I don't actually think he needs a Battle Fury because Phantom... Like, not right now. I think he should get one later. But Phantom Lancer's not that farm, which is what Battle Fury is really good for. If you go to BOT build, it's generally really good just to fight a lot, just because that's what the build is suited for. And if you want to fight a lot, you need HP to survive.
They have a blink near Ben on Jonas and Fan, but he is scouted out. Fissure, Blake duel. Sayoma still getting caught out though. And they are going to give up additional damage. Now plus 40 for Jonas and Fan. Although he may go down as they chase on the way out, getting the shards off. Now a snowball, dragging himself forward and into a Luna stun. Mag's going to get Luna and zapped away. Solo now coming in, has the Glimmer Cape available, but they are pursuing, engaging on forward. Solo trapped out, stunned even while Glimmered, nuked again and again, and they continue pursuit. Now Cold embracing himself, but just by time for Era to get a fresh chains ready, and Jonas and Fan will poke
Radiant's
him
bottom
down.
tower
That
is under
gigantic
attack.
sword.
You know what we call that? A chain feed. One person dies, another person tries to save him, another person tries to save that person, and ends up just 3 people feeding.
Yeah, when you could have just either sacked one or all come right away and maybe taken the fight.
The chain feed, man. Vega's just not on the same page. They didn't save the left
Radiant
track earlier.
structures
Now they
are
went on this
fortified.
mini chain feed on the left side, and
Radiant's
losing
top
towers
tower
left and
has
right.
fallen.
I thought you had a really
Radiant's
clever
middle
fun
tower
plan
is under
around
attack.
searing chains. I was slightly disappointed.
It's just chain feed, man. People need to recognize the chain
If he got
feed.
like a triple, like a double searing chain kill or something
Radiant's
there, then
middle tower has
that
fallen.
would have been very next level, Ben, I must say.
Please, Era hitting 2 chains. No, I'm just kidding.
Jeez. You're getting savage.
Well, I mean, look,
Does run
Radiant's
right into a
middle
stun here.
tower
He's
is
in a
under
lot of
attack.
trouble. Remnant's back. Trying to retreat out, now runs towards mid again.
after watching Matumba Man's Ember, this is way different.
He is just running for his life. Matumba Man was making everyone else run for their lives.
Yeah, it's actually way different how Era plays it than Matumba Man. Matumba Man's much more aggressive, and he doesn't really need the HP that often just because everyone's always running away from him, and you see Era just running away from everybody. But partly it's because of his build. Again, no HP, like he gets caught in a fissure, he might die.
And he is up against Leshrac, who just almost immediately
Yeah, but this left track is super underfarmed. This is actually like a pretty good game to shine in, I think, as Ember, because there's so many super easy targets, like a super underfarmed Phantom Lancer, super underfarmed Earthshaker with no blip.
finding the solo grab on Pasta top lane, even through the doppelganger back. He's picked up a Shadow Blade, and it's really the Lina who's been the difference maker here. This is something, you know, we actually started to see at TI was that CDEC would favor Lina over Leshrac. Now, it turned out they didn't have a great Leshrac player, but they were winning against Leshracs at times with the Lina picks. And,
Lina excels at solo picks, and I think winning her lane. Leshrac excels also at winning his lane, but he does way more damage in team fights. So when you have a Leshrac, you generally want to fight like bigger skirmishes, like 4-on-4, 5-on-5, just because the lightning is insane at controlling the fight and just getting everyone low and making everyone panic and trying to run. But they're not really able to do
one of
that
these
at
like
all.
quick, decisive engagements.
It's just like
favors the Lina. You're saying?
Yes, because there's no AOE if you're only fighting one person. Like you're not really bouncing lightning off anyone, and
it's not just the Lash. I mean, a lot of these heroes want a team fight. The only one who maybe doesn't is the
under
PL.
attack.
yeah, but even he's been joining fights because he's looking to recover in
Radiant's
some sort of
bottom
manner.
tower is under attack.
And all the better for NiP if they can just find the quick, easy grabs, and no one's going to be the next hero taken out. Now a Blade Mail, Jonas Fan jumps forward. They purge up Limp, and he continues to engage, running directly into the middle of the river. And on the backside of the fight is Era. He quickly slam dunks now first, and how to protect him. He only got the Arctic burn. Could have been the difference maker. Jonas Fan. He wants more damage. Not gonna find it. It looks like though they do kill off the Earthshaker. Oh, actually, maybe he did. Up to 54 now. Mag on the way out. Can he TP? Just barely gets out. 4 down. And NiP looking for the 2-0 and starting to pull away with this.
Okay, yeah, the Leshrac has fallen to the abyss. He's at that point where he's so fragile that even with all their defensive,
half the Lina.
yeah, you know, the LC tried to blink in a duel him and he was already dead by the time he blinked.
They tried to siege mid and he's just in front, and Lina just runs and solo kills him.
Yeah,
they couldn't even save him.
Lina's level 16, so that's almost all of his HP with
now, mind you.
Leshrac has to get power treads to kind of salvage this game.
She can just straight Laguna him.
Well, now now she has.
Yeah,
okay.
She's got eggs.
Well, see, you need treads on Leshrac. When you're in damage control mode, when you have died this many times, you just get as much HP as possible. You go point booster, you go power treads, you go casual cloak, although that's not that useful anymore because of the Ags, and he's probably not used to this position where he is Leshrac and not in control of the game, because it's very rare that that happens.
And now he's going to meet the fiery god. Or goddess, I should say. Lina is angry, looking for vengeance, and Vega is continuing to push.
Oh, I thought you were talking
Dire's
about
middle tower is under attack.
I was like, that's a
This Ember is not feeling like a god right now. He's feeling a little bit
off. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And officially enters god mode. We've now got a godlike Lina on our hands as a blink duel happens. Jonas Fan trying to run in, struck up on no one, and then Lina finishes the jump. No, Jonas Fan actually the man to get the last hit. Sealkin now engaging, has the stolen fissure, connects onto 2 heroes. Tusk trying to run away, so too is Pasha, but up to the high ground they chase. Jonas Fan and Era both poking and prodding and beating him down. They get the 4th kill of the fight, the lone man to make it out.
Radiant's
It's Sioma the Slayer.
Is under attack.
And the machine gun has entered the mid lane.
They're either 1 or 0 fights away from GG. This is brutal.
It was pretty even for a very long time.
Limp was biding his time. He was waiting for the right items and the right time
Radiant's
to strike.
middle tower.
He got the Shadow Blade. He got like the free solo kill top, another free solo kill on the Lesh mid. Suddenly Ag's complete, and now he can just run around zipping everyone. I mean, we're gonna do an HP check here. Earthshaker 1200, Wyvern 1060, Leshrac 1015, 1100. Almost everyone's a solo kill.
Get some treads, bros. Get some HP. Everyone has arcanes.
Even the PL just 1300. Yeah, they've got triple arcane boots. That seems a little excessive.
It is, especially when they haven't grouped up and started fighting.
Well, they've been trying to group up. See what's happening.
Well, they're like kind of grouped up, but they still get like instantly destroyed. They have to, you know, have really quick fissures. Okay, here we go. The YOLO smoke.
The YOLO from your tier 3 tower while 3 lanes are pushing smoke.
They're not even gonna get an ogre.
This is ultra desperation. Handskins out.
Nice!
Thanks!
Yep.
Things looking up here for the ninjas in pajamas. If they win this one, it's double elimination. Vega would not be knocked out, but they got to make the long climb through the lower bracket if they want to have any shot at going to the big WCA finals to be held in China.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Nanyang finals to be held in Singapore. I was watching WCA during the break, so getting my tournaments mixed up here.
Vega poison position. They get a kill. No one is there.
Yeah, and this is feeling a little obvious now with NiP.
Radiant's
We'll
bottom
take your tower
tower
for
is
free.
under attack.
Thank you for the tier 2. Let's go high ground here.
Radiant's
Nah,
bottom
Limp does
tower
Roche.
has fallen.
Safe play.
Young Fun has a Deso.
Dire's top tower
Nice
is
grab
under
for
attack.
him as Limp will just start pummeling the
Dire's
Roshan.
top tower
Looks like
has
Vega
fallen.
won't really contest. They'll take the tier 1 top. Trying to cobble together whatever sort of farm they can. Still no Shake or Blink Dagger.
And
No Leshrac.
NiP's really good about not half committing to things. A lot of teams fall
Roshan
that are
has
in the lead
fallen
just
to
because
the
they
death.
half commit to
This fire will
defending
never
towers
go
and
out.
half commit to
Is under
pushing.
attack.
But they're really good as like defending S5, like dodging smokes as 5, TPing to defend towers as 5 for the most part. So that's actually a big strength of the team that I'm seeing. Whereas Vega, like they weren't really working well together as a team. Everyone's on different pages. It's like, hey, let me catch up farms. Like, hey, I want to catch up by fighting. It's like, okay, let's let PL farming create space, except no one's creating space. He has defusal, so that's
He's the leader in net worth now. I don't know if that's because the PL's had a good comeback game or because the Leshrac's just gotten massacred.
Oh, leader net worth on Radiant. I was like, there's no way he's overtaken Delina.
No.
She's almost.
I should have been more.
She's almost doubling up on the PL. That's bad.
Yeah, HP pulls are still going to be a problem here. As Limp just one stun into the combo. A solo kill on any hero on
Doesn't
them.
even need the stun.
Maybe just the auto
Oh, they're
attack.
5-man baiting him out. This might be it.
Can they end the streak here? Problem is he's got the Aegis. They got to kill him twice, and he's going to get the jump from around the trees. He came from behind, brings down one, looks for the quick double solo glimmers, run, Snowball will come through. But backup is inbound now as Ogre struts forward, 2 heads proudly marching in, blows up no one, finishing off Meg. Limp is just face tanking the entire enemy team, gets the gem as well. Still has his Aegis, Shadowblade on in, 4 down. They can't even kill the Lina once, let alone twice.
Oh my. Yeah, Lena's just.
That's
playing.
another 3,000 gold swing, and this game gets to the. I'm just looking at the pips on the bottom of the map, and I'm seeing a sea of red.
So that was. That's why they took so much time to decide on the first pick. It's like, can we really play Lina that well that we can justify giving them Leshrac in response? And the answer is yes, because Limp is. He solo killed the Leshrac. He's very good at biding his time and not dying to
Radiant's middle tower
Tusk
is
and
under attack.
Earthshaker, who are both very good at killing Alina with the help of Leshrac in the mid lane. And
Radiant's middle tower
I think
has
that he
fallen.
just played exceptionally well this game.
It
Radiant's
seems like a
middle
lot of NiP
barracks are under
strategy
attack.
also revolves around always
Radiant's
pressuring the
middle
enemy
barracks
safe lane,
has
whether
fallen.
it's Keeper of the Light, Tusk we saw last game. This game just a straight tri-lane, so that the enemy supports are either tied up there, or the enemy carry doesn't farm, or in some cases both.
Most teams don't do it enough. I think that that's the reason why AM is so popular, because no one ever pressures the safe lane. But when you have like when you ban them out and there's even weaker carries, like Phantom Lancer, as we've seen, has been a.
He's been pretty underwhelming as of late.
Well, he's been pressured from the start
Yeah.
with 3 people. What can you really do in the lane? And sometimes we see like Undying, which is more flavor of the month, but now we see like LC plus Ruby plus Ogre, a very uncommon lane. But it looks like, as you said, they just want to pressure that safe lane, and it's super important. Like your mid gets wrecked.
So if you watch this game and you're trying to game plan against NiP, what's your like evaluation of the best way? Just pick stronger laning heroes
Against NiP?
Yeah.
Generally, you counter with a tri-lane by you having getting control of your jungle early and utilizing your pool. You have the safe lane, so you have like the terrain advantage and like the tower advantage, as well as a chasing advantage, as well as your mid being able to backstab you advantage. Like there's so many advantages to being in the safe lane. So that's why they call it a safe lane. So generally, you want to pair up a good 3-on-3 matchup, but when you draft a PL versus a hero like LC, who's really good at fighting from level 1, you're not drafting yourself into a hole, but you're having trouble doing so. You have to give credits to NiP though. They're really good at identifying where their lane is going to be and switching around. Like the Keeper of the Light constantly pressured a PL wherever he moved. You won't see that type of lane switching
Radiant's
very often.
bottom tower
and
is under attack.
They're really good.
They've been very fluid in their move.
Yes, they're very fluid and know exactly, okay, if we pressure this,
they're gonna be in an even deeper rut than they were before. As opposed to, hey, we won the lane, let's I say slack off, but slack off generally just means like farm neutrals and
yeah, relieve the pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this was with the Ember not being very active early. Like,
yes, if this
in
were,
fact, I mean, even till now, Era, he's been involved in 9 kills of 30. I feel like a lot of them were very tangential. You know,
it's like, hey, I came in
here or there.
I came in and slided after I BOT'd on the pitch.
Or in some cases, just, you know, got off like a tick of the burn damage, maybe. By the way, we've got the ever so fun double ding possibility here, Ben.
Haste.
The unrefined and refined Fire Blast now online, along with the Ags.
So now we have 2 heroes that can solo kill Leshrac in a matter of a second. Actually, Rubik, or Lina, sorry, not Lina, Legion can too. So
oh yeah, with the Blade Mail Deso for sure.
No one can free farm safely.
That is exactly what music to the NiP fans' ears, I think.
Lina has the Shivas. There's not that much armor on the side of, or she doesn't really need that much armor. Maybe she's scared of getting Winter's Cursed, but it's really nice to have the AoE to just clear out like PL illusions, as well as get some extra vision around. Although they should be able to get pretty good vision, I think, with Ember in fights.
By the way, we have not mentioned it, but it's official. Handskin on the Ogre Magi roaming tri-lane support is officially the 4th most farmed hero in the game, above every hero on Vega.
Handskin.
Ogre normally considered a bit of a fat fellow. Now his inventory starting to match his portly appearance.
Is he portly? Portly, yeah, he's portly. Portly for some reason I associate with like a positive connotation, like jolly people. But
morbidly obese, is that what you're like? He's pretty jacked though. Like, he's fat, but he's got some muscle, I think.
He's rotund.
Yeah. It's the full package.
Girthy.
He's girthy. Yeah. He's very girthy.
Vega really just don't stand a chance at this point. Phantom Lancer is hard countered by Ember Spirit, who is twice your net worth. Lina can one-shot some people. I guess, yeah, stun plus ults will just own Cold Embrace plus Glimmer. So that's not really an option to save anyone. They have...
So let me ask you this. On a scale of 1 to Cloud9, what level of throw would it take for Vega to lose or to win this game?
Wow. I mean, Cloud9 throws is that they would have to chain feed like 5 heroes, buy a bag, and then just
dive the fountain, get caught without TPs multiple times.
They probably had to do that twice. At this point, we're talking about 3,000 gold lead at this point.
We're talking 1,000 gold lead accrued per minute through 33 minutes.
I mean, it's just so hard for them. Like, they'd have to group up as a 5-man into Echo, into Leshrac Sun. That's the way.
It is level 2 Echo now. I mean, he's had the blink. he's passively accrued 100 gold since then. He still doesn't have a Bloodstone, man. How is that? Oh, God.
Why didn't he get treads?
I don't know. He went boots Yules. And then I don't know what you do about this. They got a Lina problem.
They have a lot more than a Lina problem.
16-2-8. He's been involved in 3/4 of their kills, just gliding around the map, just zapping people at random. Goes back, farms some more.
So this really...
So I guess Leshrac doesn't need to get nerfed then, huh?
Well...
Not a very good hero, obviously.
She shouldn't lose a lane to Lina. But they've done a really good job of playing against the PL, I feel like. Both this game and last game, it's like, okay, PL can't go anywhere to farm. And at this point, you'll actually see some Phantom Lancers go for a lifesteal build so they can jungle. I actually think that wouldn't have worked this game. It might have worked last game, where the Darkseer was picking up the jungle a lot, but they actually preferred 9-Posh to farm the lane. But you have to find farm somewhere as Phantom Lancer. You have to get items at some point, and it's not like you can do Ancients with just boots and bottles, so... Sometimes you'll see Phantom Lancer switch to a lifesteal build, so they can do that. Maybe like even an HOD later for a more man-fighting build, especially against an Ember, who is really good at clearing out illusions. Okay, another YOLO smoke.
Alright, this could be it, Ben. Either the beginning of an epic comeback or the final nail in the Vega coffin. It looks like they want to make their move onto Era here. No Blink Dagger on Solo, but is glimmering his way in. Does get caught by the Winter's Curse. This could be big. Echo committed, everything thrown out, and they will get the kill. Taking Era down, he buys back instantly. And it's go time now for NiP.
Being snared in fire.
A little siege from the low ground here. Taking down the tower.
Radiant's
I mean, they have no Echo, they have no Winter's Curse. How do you hold at this point? They're going to try for it, but Hanskin's up in front. Just moving his way in, and Limp, eager to join him. And
what is that sword that LC has?
It's like a buster sword.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
They get the racks. Did force out the Era buyback. That's something.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Barracks has fallen.
That's not even close to C9 throws, though. They need a lot more.
The sword is like longer than her body by a significant margin.
Yeah, I thought it was like her banners being ridiculous at first, but then I realized it's just a massive sword. Which has been working out. It looks like Cloud Strife sword.
Yeah, the Buster sword.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, well, Roche. Hopefully for Era.
Should be a free Aegis. Yeah, probably want to give it to Era after the...
Era usually has pretty good games, I feel like.
I don't know how much he's played. I'm actually going to check because I'm just curious how much he's played Ember recently. I have mostly been testing Chinese Dota, so they have not run Ember once in their last 10 games. So it may just be that he doesn't play it very often. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't think Limp is ever as a Radiant courier gets sniped.
Let me see.
Looks like the Rubik picked it up. Had the Bloodstone, so no Bloodstone available, unfortunately.
His Ember Spirit has been played 7 times.
And he's 3
and 3.
3 and 4.
Oh, yeah, well that would make sense considering he's played it 7 times, not 6. Alright, well, he's about to hit the big 50%.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Limp, just a casual Octarine now, so that's a 37.5 second cooldown Laguna Blade. And I think even more importantly, the Lina stun down to 5.25 seconds, almost as low a cooldown as the Lightning.
I like Octarine a bit more over Bloodstone, but Bloodstone is less risky.
In good shape here, NiP. They're gonna
Radiant's bottom barracks are under
Bloodlust
attack.
Selena, rather, if they engage. Fidra trapping Era on the wrong side. Remember, he's the Aegis carrier, taking some decent damage here. Legion has the BKB duel available. Could blink in, look to go, and
Radiant's top
Era,
tower
the
is
man in front, just tanking all the damage. They get the Winter's Curse on the Limp. This could be huge.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Instant buyback from the left, right, re-engaging as they have lost the pony off the bat. The Legion commander unable to find the kill. Tries to turn, duels no one instead, and executes the left back. In the horse, thrown it by the wayside. Now hunting the monkey man. They'll bring down the field vault and Ultra. You can take down the Lina, you can shut down the Ember, but you can't stop a rampaging Legion with a sword that's bigger than 2 heroes' bodies combined. Can they even kill him in time change? And clubbing and smacking away. You bet he couldn't duel for all of these or he'd have even more damage. Oh man, you know you're far behind when you play the fight that well. And the enemy Legion still gets a casual rampage.
I thought he was going to get a double rampage.
Quadruple buyback here by Vega to hold the line, and on the end, triple dieback to go with it. They have thrown everything that they possibly can at NiP, and it just was not enough. NiP marching onward. Ogre going for the quick solo kill on PL, asserting his dominance here under the throne. That's the duel. Putting Jonas Font over 100 damage in 40 minutes, and with that, the win for NiP. Dominant. Absolutely dominant.
Impressive pressure off lane. Pressure off lanes. Don't let him get away with the PL pick NiP. Don't let him do it.
No. The PL trying to really assert their dominance by just giving Leshrac away and then crushing it.